Are we ready?
Go for it.
Really?
Yeah, it's all yours. You want this out of your way?
Hey.
Do you want to use this?
No, I don't need any of this stuff.
Okay, we'll get it out of the way.
As a matter of fact, I'm averse to having it here. That's a heavy-duty deal there.
It sure is.
Is that his?
Yes, that's his.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead, you said?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. We took a vote before whether the first thing I make should be, we're going to make variegates. You know what variegates are, where they have those pretty swirls in the ice cream? So I'll show you how to do that. It is what it is. Anyway, so we can make vanilla fudge or we can make raspberry fudge. Now, yesterday in class, they voted we were making Italian cream ice, right? Or Italian ice. Italian ice, they voted for raspberry. So I brought the stuff to make raspberry, so we'll have raspberry fudge ice cream. It'll be raspberry ice cream with a swirl of fudge going through it. Simple as heck. It's 2 ingredients. 2 ingredients? Ha! Okay. This is a 12-quart machine. So I'm going to use 5 quarts of liquid. And what we'll do is we'll put this down here. And we'll throw this away. I discovered not too long ago that, you know, my philosophy is I go to supermarkets to buy ingredients and ethnic markets. If I see an Asian market, I'm there. A Spanish market, a West Indian. I just discovered a West Indian. And I go right to where their sweets are. And whatever they sell as sweets, I want to make ice cream out of it. Sometimes you have to change the name. In a Hispanic market, I found horchata. You know, who knows what horchata is? Horchata. And it looked good. The people said, oh, it's delicious. So I bought it. I took it home. I opened it up. And horchata is rice pudding. And they drink it. They put a few teaspoons in a glass of water, right? And they drink it. So I added some raisins, and I made incredible rice pudding ice cream. Why do we talk about that now? I don't know. So we'll add... I'm going to use 5 quarts. These bladders, this is what you get standard in the industry when you make ice cream. And they're 10 quarts. These are 10-quart bladders. And you get 2 in a box. And the box will run you about $45. So these, $22.50, figure $25. We're going to use half of one, so we're going to use 5 quarts of mix. She's the class secretary. You're writing everything down, aren't you? You haven't stopped. So 5 quarts. A little later, we're going to have a discussion about vanilla, the incredible industry ripoff. Presume it's ready. Let's see. What are we making? Fudge? Okay. So the machine's been sanitized. and we'll add 5 quarts of mix. A plain, this is 10% mix, 10% butterfat mix. It's what I use also. And if you have any questions, just speak up. It's really not that interesting up here. Okay, 5 quarts of mix. So I discovered, oh, that's where this went, discovering what to use in product. I have a cappuccino machine in my store because smart people who sit down and they say, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. Oh, you don't have sugar-free. Oh, I want dairy for whatever they want. I don't have it. I make ice cream. So as an alternative, I offer them a cappuccino. And the cappuccinos are $4, and I make just under what I make on an ice cream on a cappuccino. So I'm okay with that. Oh, I can't have it. It keep me up at night. Well, I have decaf. Oh, I can't have the milk in it. Well, I have skim milk. So this product is at the coffee bar. It's Torani. Two companies really make these flavorings, Torani and Da Vinci. And they make hundreds of flavors. So I thought one day, well, people flavor their coffee with it. Why not flavor my ice cream with it? So we do. And this is the simplest. This isn't in the book because it's brand new, but the simplest ice cream in the world. So we'll start the machine. There. Full speed ahead. And we'll carefully measure this to match the 5 quarts. That should just about do it. So it's a bottle. I use 2 when I make it at the store, so I figured half would work out okay. If you want to take a picture of this, but you know what Torani is. Now what we've got to do is make our fudge so that it can be swirled through. And the way to do that, I brought in some of this Hershey's Special Dark Syrup, which is really good. So we'll add a little of that. And I bring all this, and I don't even get paid for it. And I thought to thicken it a little, we'll add a little Hershey's cocoa that I found on the shelf here. What would you say? 1, 2, 3, 4. Start with 5 heaping. I haven't done this before, so it's going to be by taste. You know, the front rows better smile. You know, this is real. I got to stand up here. And we'll whisk it up and see what we get. As you ladies know, cocoa doesn't dissolve really well. You should really use a little hot water and stuff. No, okay. It's just sitting there. Now this is unsweetened, Hershey's unsweetened, so I'm going to throw a little sugar in too to make it a sweeter powder. Sugar. Over here?
Right behind the white.
He used to use the cheap sugar, as you know from the videos. I've got him onto the good stuff. What do we put? 5 heaping, so to sweeten it up like 3 or 2 or something? You think so, Nate? What do you think?
I would say at least 3.5.
1, 2. That should do it. When this comes out, it's going to fill the bucket, and then to make the swirls, we're going to take that bucket over here and pour this on top, and then fold it a few times, then squeeze the tub into smaller tubs that we would normally use for freezing. So this should be a little thick, and it's not. It's not. So a little more cocoa, is that, yeah. We had 5, right?
Right.
So another 5? Who cares? It can't hurt it. What the hell? And a little more sugar. We put in 2, right? So another 2. What do you think, Nate?
That's reasonable.
Okay. What? What?
I just have one question. Is this so far is it dairy free, or is there a dairy in the chocolate, the syrup or something? No. Well, I mean just the variegate.
Well, what's the difference if we're, this is dairy.
Same for his stuff.
To add into this.
Oh, it's for yours?
To variegate the
Well, we added chocolate syrup, sugar, and cocoa.
So as long as you add a bunch of chocolate syrup, dairy free, it'll work.
Ah, now we're getting there. Ah. Now taste it. See if we have enough sugar in it. Eek, is that good? Oh, man. That's really good. Let's see, we're making 5. We're going to have, we'll have, the yield on this ice cream should be about, we should get about 3 gallons of ice cream. And that's a 2.5 gallon tub. So figure we'll go with 30 people, 2 gallons of ice cream. So this, well, we could use a little more, but it's so nice. Let's see, we're going to do that then. Well, we'll see. Check the ice cream. Taste the ice cream. Sorry, we'll edit that out. Whoa. So this might, I've never made this before, but this might turn out okay. Like the Italian ices yesterday. We never made that before. They were good. Okay, a little self-promotion. Any questions? So I do teach a class. He'll cut this out anyway. I do teach a class. It's the 2 days prior to this day. Unlike this day, mine isn't free. But it's 2 days. We teach you everything about opening a business, running a business, and making a lot of money. Then we also teach you how to make ices, ice cream, cream ice, Italian ices, all that. Then we also teach you, what else? How to create a recipe on the counter, which was great. That was a lot of fun. How to know how to make, sugar plum peanut butter candy cane ice cream here, so that you have the right to put it there. That's not saying it very well, but you get the idea. How do you get information? On the bottom, there's a chicken scroll with my email on it. It's XHIPPEE@AOL. I'm still an AOL guy after all these years. Who's AOL here? Nobody, right? Nobody's AOL. Not in the whole arena. There's no AOL people.
You used up your 300 hours?
I don't even, Steve said, do I still pay for it? I don't know if I pay for it. There's so many automatic payments on everything, Amazon and your internet and your cable. You don't know what you're paying for. I don't know what I'm paying for. Well, you probably do. I don't. Okay, any questions about anything? No. There are 5 books left if anyone's interested, and that's the end of the self-promotion. I'll be available for photographs later. How do you know when it's ready? Well, why didn't you say something?
Thought you were starting up real quick.
Okay, now it's mixed well enough we can turn on the refrigeration. Now we really have to talk about things. Yes? How long? No, we don't use timers. You know the answer to this. We don't use timers because each batch will be different. When it's very humid, as it feels humid in here, it'll take longer. When it's first batch in the morning, it takes longer. When you switch flavors, it takes longer. So they all vary. This is ice cream. In my store and class, I teach you about making ice cream with alcohol in it, which takes longer. Because although alcohol doesn't freeze, I figured out a way to suspend it in the ice cream to make ice cream out of it. Anyway, this is a regular batch of ice cream. It should take how long? How long do you think it should take?
That right there is going to take
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. It's not a cold machine, so maybe 12 minutes. And here's the dog whisperer. How'd you like somebody yanking on your neck like that?
Mary.
She went through training, right?
That's right. And I sit and stay with the best of them now. No, I'm sorry. Don't let us interrupt. We just like doing a dog and pony show.
Okay. So any questions about making ice cream in general, or those? Who's going to open up an ice cream store? Who wants to open an ice cream store? What are you doing here?
Italian ice.
Italian ices.
I'm interested in the Italian ice.
Oh, cool. Why Italian ices?
I think that's where it's at.
You think that's where it's at now? Okay. Just a quickie, okay? We're in Florida. Where do you live?
Well, I'm actually from Chicago.
Is that where you want to open a store?
No, Tennessee.
Okay. Can we cut through this? Where do you want to open?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay. In Tennessee, you want to open an Italian ice store?
Right.
Okay. There are 6.5 billion people on this earth, give or take. Every one of those people knows what ice cream is. How many do you think know what Italian ices are?
6.5 billion of them.
Not a chance.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. Quite a few.
Around the area we're in, yes.
Okay.
A lot of people around our area are from.
Jack, bring me back up, please.
Now, there are pros and cons to Italian ices. The pros, of course, profit, way up there. Water, sugar, flavor. The pros also are no toppings, goes in a cup with a spoon and you're out the door.
Right.
Easy. What are the cons?
People don't know.
There is no downside unless you let it be pro.
No, there's trust me, there's downside.
There's no
Otherwise,
downside.
everybody here would be doing Italian ices. The two downsides. One is not everybody knows what it is. Trust me, not everybody knows what it is. The bigger downside, and these aren't insurmountable downsides, the other downside is that you can't charge as much for Italian ices as you do for ice cream. Therefore, that translates into more customers needed.
Well, those downsides don't apply to me because as people taste the Italian ice, they will buy it.
But how much? You can't sell Italian ice for $7.
$1,000 a day.
I don't
Easily.
know.
My turn. Italian ice is known very well. They may not have all tried it. They've all sort of heard of it. We put a business called Rita's into business, and although I do not like their product, I think it's just not good. It has exposed the market, the people to the market. Since I brought out the CB350 a few years ago, we have sold literally thousands of those machines to put people into business. Jeff, of all people, knows that with planning your equipment right and your store right, you can get in for a lot less money than you used to be able to. With Italian ice, it's a fraction of what an ice cream parlor is. Your main ingredients are water and sugar. It couldn't be any cheaper. Now, here's the thing. For most ice cream parlors, I want you to be in the wealthiest part of Palm Beach. I want you in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. I want you in Midtown Manhattan. I want you in an expensive Rye, New York. I want you in an expensive location for ice cream because ice cream's expensive. Sugar, water, and flavor can be whatever price you want it to be. I have always told people, and I firmly believe it, that back at my factory in the South Bronx, which was a rough, tough neighborhood just north of Yankee Stadium, I could have put a push cart out in front of my building and sold $1,000 a day selling Italian ice. And the reason is it's so inexpensive. Cold Stone has done a lot of damage to the ice cream business. The Wall Street Journal did an article and say that the average sale coming out of Cold Stone is $9 to $12. Well, if you've got a man working in my factory making $20 an hour and he walks in with 3 kids and his wife and he's going to drop $40, 2 hours of his labor before he even pays taxes, he's never coming back. It's too expensive. Jeff is part of a wealthy community. It's one of the largest, if not the largest, retirement community in the United States, and they are wealthy. It's not someplace over in St. Pete where it's very low income. They can afford to spend $5, $6, $7 for ice cream. Italian Ice at $1.50, you're making $1.42 profit.
Don't go into business selling a product that costs $1.50. You ain't going to make it.
I didn't say it costs $1.50. It costs 8 cents.
But to selling it for $1.50, that's no way to go into business.
All right, let me tell you a little story because I like to prove Jeff wrong. We had a young man who came in. I mean, the guy was wonderful. It was a life story for me. He was a young man, had a beat-up old truck, wanted to go into the Italian Ice business, didn't have any money. I let him use my equipment over Easter a few years ago. And he made enough ice. He got going. He actually bought one of my machines. So fast forward 6 months, he's going around to all the poorer neighborhoods in Tampa, to the parks and all. He's selling for $1.50 because it's affordable, and doing $1,000 a day with about a 90% profit margin. Can't beat that. He gets into the Tampa Fair, and he came up with the first good idea. I said, how did you figure out to price your product? He said, I looked at Coke and Pepsi and said, my product's better than a Coke and Pepsi. I'll charge what they're charging. Coke and Pepsi, for a small Pepsi, were charging $3.50. He charged $3.50. Now, here's where he gets really intelligent. After 8 days of selling his product for $3.50 instead of $1.50, your ego kicks in, and you say, wow, my product's worth $3.50 or $4.50. And so he leaves there, and any of us would have come away with that problem, saying, gee, I thought my product was only worth $1.50, but I can get $4.50 for it. So he's driving home, passes a poor neighborhood, young kid comes up to him and says, hey, mister, how much for that Italian Ice? He goes, $4.50, kid. I only got 47 cents. Okay, kid, it's 47 cents. He had the wherewithal to say that this child couldn't afford more than 47 cents. He's doing the math and saying, I'm going to make a 40-cent profit. He sold it for 47 cents. Price is what the market will bear, and that is critical. And that's why with Italian Ice, I don't care if you're in Palm Beach County, Florida, or you're in Bangladesh, or you're in Honduras, you can sell sugar, water, and flavor, which is very refreshing on a hot day, to anybody.
This guy was selling at fairs and festivals, no problem, $1.50. But set up a store with $3,000 rent, $400 electric, $80 in water, employees, sanitizing, signs, insurance. You can't sell a $1.50 product out of a store.
Yeah, we call it Rita's.
Not going to happen.
We call it Rita's. We call it Andy's. We call Amy's.
Not going to happen.
Mike's. I have thousands of customers.
Just do the math at night. How many customers you need in a day to make money?
Okay, if you make
and how many customers I need in a day to make money?
Do you make $1,000 a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you pay your bills.
Yeah.
So they make $1,000.
But I sell it for $6.
But it doesn't matter. They're still making $1,000 a day.
No, they're not, unless they have a line of people.
I'm saying that's a minimum.
Hypothetically, yeah.
$1,000 a day is good money for selling sugar water with a profit margin that good. I have put people into business selling sugar water.
That's 750 customers a day. 750 customers a day to make that $1,000, and that's gross.
Yes.
I agree with you, Jeff, but I'm going to the line is around the corner, and every day I don't even like it.
I don't either.
Always, every day. The kids are there. It's only $3 for like a small cup.
Yeah.
And $3 beats $6 for a parent any day. Because whether I know about it or don't, it's better than going to Cold Stone and spending $9, $10. It's $3. They can sit outside, get messy, and go away. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
So that's going to give you quantity any day.
That's right. It's affordable. It's not for everyone, but I have put thousands of people into business who didn't have the money to get into a fixed store. And I started them with a push cart. And what happens is people come up to them and they say, hey, where did you get that ice? And in the old days, people would say, oh, it's my great-grandfather's secret recipe. You can't get into the Italian ice business. It can't happen. Now what I tell my customers to say is, I made it, and I can make it for you. And within less than a year, you'll have 20 people buying your ice and going out with their push cart and reselling it. I've done it time and time again. I've done it with ex-military who have just come out. I've done it with people who want to get off of low-income assistance. I've done it with wealthy people who are tired of
Okay, got to do
doing
it.
the job. It's a great product. What do you got?
We're going to make the Variegated now. So we pulled the ice cream. We pulled it a little. We pulled it a little harder than I normally do. What are you going to? And now we're going to make the Variegated. And for you to see the Variegated, let's use this clear one. So remember we did this, right? Let's see. Well, you see what we have here, right? It's and we'll pour the Variegated, the chocolate on it to cover the top, and then we'll take a spatula and just fold it 3 or 4 times. Or 5. And because we have a pliable container, we can squeeze it and get those stripes we want. See, that's what it looks like now. But if we squeeze it and pour it in,
Beautiful.
Just a man scientist.
try doing this with Italian ices.
Oh, Jeff, you mean the rainbow maker that divides the tub into 3? Is that what you mean, Jeff? Yeah, try doing that with it.
I'm going to shoot myself. Okay, so let's try it. It's raspberry ice cream, raspberry fudge ice cream.
Well, come on up. We'll serve you up. Thank you. Oh, looks good. Grab a spoon.
I need 2 for the guy that doesn't want to get up.
2, sure. Now, for 25 cents extra, I'll scoop you a portion that has even more chocolate in it.
How long is the shelf life of original ice cream, sir?
It depends on the temperature you freeze it at. You could keep it for 6 months, but then my question is going to be, if you haven't moved this ice cream in 6 months, you've got a bad flavor because people don't want it. You should move that ice cream tonight or tomorrow or within the next few days. Would you agree, Professor?
Absolutely. Whatever you say.
See, Jeff and I can agree on things.
Can I put some preservatives to prolong the shelf life?
Well,
Just
you
freeze
can,
it.
but we don't.
We don't. We just freeze it colder. The colder you freeze it, the longer it'll keep.
Oh, can I have one more from my hubby?
Yes, you can. And you can come back for more.
That's good. That's good.
Here, I didn't give you. Sorry.
Want a little more chocolate?
All right, why not? Good. Wow.
I'm so happy he did that right before I got it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that is. There you go.
I want to taste it straight up.
You need a little more than that.
It turns out pretty good. It's a shame we have to waste all this. Look, boy, that expression was priceless.
I don't know. You caught me off guard. I was thinking,
Yeah,
what could I
it's a
do
shame
with
we
it?
have to waste this. You went,
If
oh!
it wasn't raining, I could go stand outside and sell it. Hey, Jeff, it looks like 5 o'clock out.
Well, that came out. That's pretty like that, isn't it?
It's a good Instagram.
I know, I'll be doing it in a minute. Chloe back in.
Chloe's not going to sleep for like
Here you
4
go. You
days.
just put it on there.
Yeah, we've got one more to go for Chloe.
You folks are confusing me. All right, let's hear some questions. There's an audience here of 27 people. You must have some questions.
31.
31. Because Jeff and I know, Jeff and I know that the second we break for lunch, all of a sudden you're going to run up with questions. So ask them now so everybody can hear.
What was it about cleaning the machine? 1 tub of water, zing, then next flavor. If you want to clean at the end of the day, 2 tubs of water, and then take the dasher out. It's real simple, right? Well, it was simple yesterday.
I've never seen so many people. They just keep coming.
Yeah. Want me to do that?
I'm doing okay.
I like the swirls.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's gorgeous. And it works. Everybody else struggles with how to make it.
Yeah. I actually thought of a simpler method that I'm going to work on.
Okay. Hire me to do it?
No, on extraction.
Yeah.
The cereal.
What's that?
The cereal po. They can make this.
For $1.
Yo.
There's a big blob on the floor.
What happened?
There's a blob on the floor.
Okay.
Yes.
There's another one? Oh.
How's this getting there?
doing there?
Me? Really?
You look like Columbus.
Jeff, I like this. You make the ice cream, I'll serve.
I would have done that. Let me just do this, maybe?
Yeah, it might work. This has gotten so cold.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's just a taste. You get some great flavors.
Let me see what's next on the list.
Thank you.
Is it good? Good, right? Okay.